doors. So I'm very, very excited about our next presenter. And we want to thank our buddies over at 9 Tree Hill Organics for helping us get a special message from none other than Cheech Marin. At the end of this broadcast, we will share his message. And would love to segue now into Poppy Willow. This is Veterinarian formulated CBD for our 4-legged family members. There is a difference between people CBD and pet CBD. So take it away.
Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me share the screen and get us on there. Appreciate that. Learning this. I'm better with pets than. I'm getting there. Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Absolutely. Broad spectrum hemp oil, humans versus dogs. Thank you so much, Matthew.
Oh, you're welcome. So I'm Matthew Martinez. I'm one of the founders of Poppy Willow Pet Products, and combined with my other 2 partners, we have about 50 years working with pets. One of them, lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. So we love animals, we love dogs, and that's our passion. So we're going to discuss the difference between, dog and human. First of all, most of the hemp oil you see for dogs is just human product that has been relabeled. There's some out there that are very good quality, but most of them are just, they put a label on it and they send it out there that it's good for a dog or a cat. We don't agree with that because of a couple things, and I'll share that with you. Most of the things that we're trying to do with the dog is reach the full effectiveness with the lowest possible dosage, or we use dosage when I'm talking about it, but it's administered serving size, but we'll talk dosage to this. So we're trying to get the lowest possible amount to have the full effect. For average in a human, the small intestines is about 22 feet long, and for a dog, it's only a foot on average. It varies depending on the size of the dog. A human will digest and keep it in their stomach, the food in their stomach, about 2 to 3 hours. Where a dog, it's going to be over 8 hours. So there's definitely a difference on how they digest and how they take things and how their bodies absorb differently. So why we different is there's 3 main reasons. First, the carrier. A lot of the hemp oil or the products you see out there, they use most of them will use a coconut oil, an olive oil, different kinds of oils. Coconut oil can have an effect on a dog's stomach, and if you've ever seen a dog that takes the wrong food, they can have digestive issues, and that's not fun. We use a wild-caught salmon oil because it has its own benefits as far as omega-3s and 6s, so it has its own benefit. Plus, when we mix it with our hemp oil, it blends real well and it doesn't separate. Plus, the dogs find this as a really good treat. And that's awful nice if you can give your pup stuff that it likes. If you've ever had a medicated dog and they don't like it, it can be difficult to put it in there. So we chose the wild-caught salmon oil. We made sure that it was wild, it wasn't farmed, and we also get benefits. Serving size, this is something we'll talk about a little bit later, more into it. And plus I have some videos. I have 2 videos to show you that shows the effect of it. But we use a syringe because we want to get it into the pup's mucous membrane. And we want it to absorb that way so it goes from the mucous membrane directly into the bloodstream instead of going down the digestive stomach, which they have 100 times more acid than a human, and then first pass metabolism, and some of it gets blended out through the liver when it passes through. So again, we want to do this so we can absorb the least amount with the greatest effect for the pup. We look for quality. So we look at COAs for any place that we're going when we look for our hemp oil. We search everywhere. We found a company that we work with, and they have an amazing product. really excited about the new one that they just sprang out. The botanical blend is amazing. But we look at COAs. We post all our COAs, our lab results on our product through a third party analysis. Also, the safety is important. We use a plastic syringe to put it into the dog's mouth. We've seen some company out there that use the glass droppers. Well, it's okay for a human because a human's not going to bite onto a glass dropper, but a dog can, and so you never want to put glass into a dog's mouth. So we look at that. Also, with the bottles, we lead test all our bottles because oils can take lead out of a bottle. So we make sure that's done. So we'll get to the serving chart here in a second. And this is where the big difference is with humans and dogs. So the smallest dog in the world weighed about 1 pound, and the largest weighed 367 pounds. So a 100-pound person walks in to see a doctor or nurse, and the next person walking in would have to weigh over 36,000 pounds to have that same variance. But the more realistic is it's about a 40x time. So a 100-pound person is like a 4,000-pound person standing next to him. So a 4-pound dog, a 200-pound mastiff. That's what a vet or a person who has a dog can see the difference. So the size is massive, and the dosing range or the serving range is massive compared to from human to dogs. So the concentration has to be much more precise. So our lowest concentration that we suggest as serving size for a very small pup, from 5 pounds to 10 pounds, is 0.225 mgs of CBD per serving. Our largest suggested serving size is for a dog over 130 pounds is 27 mgs of CBD per serving. That's 100 times difference from the 0.225 to 27 megs. The reason we did that is when we talk about it's a 40 times difference from the small dog to the largest dog on average. Well, we also want we want a low, medium, and higher dosage. So the 40 times 3 is 120, and that's how we decided to package our product. So our lower product has 265 megs for the small dogs, and our larger product has 665 megs in the product. And we did it that way instead of just labeling 100, 500, 1,000. We do see a lot of products on Amazon that, if it's correct, has way too much naturally occurring CBD for pups. So this is our serving chart. You wouldn't see a serving chart like this for humans, but we do this for dogs because of the breeds, the sizes, the metabolic rate. And as you can see, we break it down here by pounds and by kilos. And we have it for our dogs over 40 and our dogs under 40 pounds, but we have it listed for all dogs. So if you wanted to try, say, a dog that is, say, 70 pounds, you could use our smaller one and get up to it, but you're going to go through that bottle pretty quickly. You want to give it twice a day, and again, hopefully it's a treat. You want to put it in their mouth and have it absorb through the mucous membrane. Variables to take into account compared to humans and dogs is just really the size. The size difference is massive. If you give too much CBD, you can have a reverse effect actually. So you want to start low and move slowly, and you want to keep it at that level for 2 weeks. So if you decide to go the low range with a pup, you keep it there for 2 weeks and you see if you got the desired rate, and then you slowly move it up if you want to add more. We know that if we're working with nervous dogs, we're going to start on a low dose. Low dose seems to help them out, help their system better. We've seen if people have started out with a high dose of CBD for a dog that is anxious, it actually has a reverse effect. We'll see them staying up all night, walking around. So a lot of times people say it wasn't effective. Joint pain, cancer treatment, a higher range, but again, start low and move slow. And then if dogs are dealing with seizures or on phenobarbital, we suggest a combination working slow, but with seizures, it's all over the place. There is no one answer, but if you work it low and slow, you can have some good results. So we have Bijou that has an amazing result. Phenobarbital was very hard on her liver. She's reduced 80% of the medication and uses our product, and Bijou hasn't had a seizure in a year. Prior to that, she was averaging 12 a month, and unfortunately, she became blind because of that. But now, no seizures. She has a good time, and don't worry, she lives in Hawaii, and she gets to go to the beach, and she's doing really well. So, delivery system. Again, we're going to talk about serving size precision. I can't emphasize the difference between size of dogs, breeds of dogs, and how it can really change how effective the product is. Even the carrier, a lot of people come back and say, oh, the oil, CBD gave my dog the runs. And it was actually the carrier, the oil that did it. So again, absorption rate, we want to absorb through the mucous membrane. The big thing here between dogs and human is communication. We can talk and we can have a discussion on things. Dogs have a hard time, getting on a Zoom meeting and talking about things, but they'll let you know through body language. If they're your pup, you'll know the energy when they're feeling good and when they're happy or they're sad. But they can't explain what part of their body is hurting. They can't say, "Oh, this makes me too anxious." So you have to, really pay attention of how they're reacting, and if they're part of the family, you'll know how they're feeling just with their energy. For example, nervous car, we're going to show a video on this. We use low serving sizes, and we find that it's very effective for dogs that are nervous. So this is Ronnie that I'm going to show you the first one. He's a Doberman Pinscher. His mom, Haley, she's actually manages a very, very nice food store for pups, and it's high end, great nutrition. So the pup gets great nutrition, gets exercise, has love. Those are and now is getting the CBD our product. But those are the four things that really help out a pup. With probably same for humans is those four things put together. As far as meditation, dogs pretty much live in the moment, so they got to speed on that. So we'll look at Ronnie real fast, and we'll look at the body language and take a look at him. So you see he's looking around. There's his whine. He's saying, "Mom, I'm nervous." There's Mom. And that yawn is a vagus breath. I'm trying to meditate. I'm trying to calm down. So the body language, him whining, looking around, looking everywhere, is something where he's saying, "I'm not happy." All right. So with that being said, she takes him on exercises. He's just not getting over getting in the car, and it's very difficult. So they started using our product, and here's a video using our product, using a CBD. Again, there's other products out there that have really high quality. You'll be able to see their transparency, and hopefully they have the right serving size. But here's a video after taking it. In this video, you're going to see him say his name. He'll turn and see her. So the dog is not on a tranquilizer, because we've seen dogs on tranquilizers and they're really sluggish. It's tough on them, but sometimes they have to go there. And here's afterwards using our product. Oops, sorry. Let's try that again. So we like to see that a dog that doesn't have anxiety or nervousness, and we can reduce that, it has a healthier life. It doesn't release anything into the body that are toxins. So we're really happy to see that. We've received other videos that we're very passionate. We love to see the results. And we got into this because we all took care of pups and dogs. And unfortunately, we've seen dogs that had to go on pretty harsh medication, and there are some side effects that are tough on the dog and the body. And being able to see what CBD has done in the product for pups and dogs and cats has been amazing. And we just want to make sure that the right information gets out there the right kind of dosing gets out there, the understanding that their variance of size and their metabolic rate with the heartbeat by size, by breed is very important. But if everybody stays with the process of low and slow and they have a quality product, they should be able to find a product that helps out for their pup. These are things that we believe help support it: joint pain, mobility, anxiety, everything on here. And the second to last one, the immune system. We really feel that if we can help improve the dog or the pup's immune system, so it can help fix itself, that's what we see. That's what we're looking for. And on the screen here, you'll see some of our customers. So I get to meet our customers. I get to play with dogs. So pretty happy about that one. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take us off the screen. And if there's any questions, let me know.
Hey, that was a fantastic presentation. I didn't understand before why I couldn't just take my human CBD and give it to my animals, and you made it perfectly clear as to why you don't do that. Thank you. One question I do have: we talked a lot about dogs and so forth. Is there any animal you would not give CBD to?
No, we actually. Well, we don't have the research or the studies to make a clinical statement about that. But the endocannabinoid system is in every mammal, every dog, cat, horse, and humans. And so we believe in what we see that it would work well with different animals. Because it would open up the receptors and allow the different animals to help fix themselves. The difference is the size, metabolic rate. I mean, we would have to look like for a horse, its heartbeat is 20 beats per minute, where a mouse is 400 beats per minute. So they have a completely different metabolic rate, and their weight is so variant. But no, we could see it being used on every animal that has an endocannabinoid system.
For everybody watching, if you have questions, please type them in your chat. I have one more for you. Would every dog be a good candidate to be taking it, or do they need some of those specific issues, do you think, to take it?
No, well, we believe that every dog is just a really light serving size every morning would really help support the immune system. So we understand through one of our partners that anytime that there is cancer in a dog, it's usually cascading issues that happen. A result of a communication where a cell gets out of control, it doesn't die, and it mutates. Well, with that being said, we believe that it will help the immune system so it communicates and can go ahead and get rid of those cells that turn cancerous. So we believe it's good for all dogs. Absolutely.
Another good question came up in the chat. What is the effect on marijuana, and I'll add specifically THC, on animals?
Well, we know that dogs can get high. One of our partners has had dogs that got into some edibles before and come in, and we just, our suggestion is light a fire, keep some chill music, and let them work through it. But we're looking at that, and we believe a full spectrum with a little THC is actually better. As long as it's under the 0.3, we believe that our next line's coming out is full spectrum. It's little THC. It's under the legal limits, but they're looking at the effects of THC with dogs, and they're seeing some positive effects on it. Right now, it's not legal for us to sell it with that.
So you're not necessarily condoning trying to get your dog high every day now.
No, I'm not condoning that, but I'd be a good friend to go, get high with. Actually, wouldn't judge me. So yeah, I would. If I could do it, I would.
My dog's been sitting in my lap before, and I'll be taking a puff off the water pipe, and I'll just look down and blow it in his nose, and he looks back up at me and gives me the strangest look and runs away.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Yeah, he probably doesn't like the smell. They're not, they'd rather you, smell probably meat or salmon. So probably the veg.
Absolutely. Well, I really appreciate this. Denise and Jessica, are you ready to move on to the next segment?